Hey YouTube, Paco2113 here again. Gonna be showing off another deck. Just built this one here the other day. I call it my Earthbound Ocean deck. You can tell it's probably gonna be a lot of water and obviously an Earthbound Immortal. Pretty rad deck though. Like I said, tested out with some friends, did pretty well. It's missing some key deck ingredients, but you know I think it does pretty well for how it runs. Alright, well, let me grab this and I'll get started. Alright. First up, one Earthbound Immortal Kokapakapu. One of the heavy hitters of this deck. Next heavy hitter, White Knight Dragon. Awesome card. Force your opponent to attack it by getting rid of a spell or trap, so pretty useful. Alright. Got 3 copies of Mother Grizzly. Good card. Yeah. Stuff's getting all messed up over here. Sorry. It's really late, like midnight, so I'm gonna be kinda doing this. 2 Nightmare Penguin. Good for the flip and also for a small attack boost. 1 copy of Starboy for the attack boost. 2 copies of Shark Cruiser. Whenever it's destroyed, hold on, let me see what it does real quick. Forgot. Oh yeah, whenever it's destroyed by your opponent's card effect, you can summon 2 level 4 lower water monsters from your deck. That's pretty cool. 3 copies of Amphibious Bugroth Mach 3. Kinda has a built-in attack directly thing, as long as you have an Umi on the field. That's pretty good. 1 copy of Mermaid Knight. Can attack twice as long as there's a copy of Umi on the field. A lot of this deck, it has to do with Umi cards, obviously. 2 Armed Sea Hunter. What those do are, as long as you control a face-up water-type monster, you can negate the effects of the monster that battles with this card. And after damage calculation, if this card would be destroyed, you can destroy 1 face-up level 3 or water monster you control instead. So, basically it'll let you tribute almost any monster in this deck for it to save it. It's pretty useful. 1 Sea Serpent Warrior of Darkness. High attack, low level, pretty useful. Creeping Doom Manta. Whenever it's summoned, your opponent can't activate traps on it, so you can stop it from like being basically the bottom list or that kind of stuff. Trap holes, that kind. I have 2 copies of 7 Colored Fish. 1800 attack, level 4. You know, what's not to like. 1 copy of Fenrir. Can only be special summoned by removing from play 2 water monsters in your graveyard. And if it destroys a monster in battle, your opponent can't draw during the next turn, so it kind of slows down the game a little. 1 copy of Catapult Turtle to tribute a monster and finish off the game, because it deals like half your opponent's, or half of the monster you tribute's attack back at your opponent, so that's pretty useful. Barrier Statue to make it so you can only play your waters, which is pretty useful because this has obviously a lot of waters. Alright, Pot of Avarice. MST. Heavy Storm. Swords of Revealing Light. Lightning Vortex. 2 copies of Salvage to get those low-level water monsters back. Big Wave, Small Waves to clear out some of your water-type monsters that you've used, and allows you to play some bigger ones, so that's always useful. 2 copies of Water Hazard, because like what they do is basically once per turn, if you control no water monsters, you can special summon a level 4 or lower water monster in your hand, so that's really helpful in this deck. I'm running 1 Umi Aruka, because what it does is gives all water monsters a 500 attack boost. Granted, decreases defense by 400, but trust me, that 500 is worth it. 2 copies of A Legendary Ocean, treated as Umi, so really good one. All water monsters go down by 1 level. So yeah, pretty useful. Field Barrier, to protect your field spell, obviously. Terraforming, lets you search out one of your field spells, in case like one of them is about to be destroyed. 1 copy of Call of the Haunted. 2 Sakuretsu. I would like to have Dimensional Prison, but can't find any around here. 2 copies of Tornado Wall. In case one gets destroyed, you gotta back up and stops all battle damage. 1 negate attack. 1 Spiritual Water AoE, which what it does basically tribute to water. Look at your opponent's hand and discard any card from it, so it can really cripple their hand. And 2 Fish Depth Charge, tribute a fish, destroy any card on the field, and you get to draw a card. So pretty useful. Alright guys, well, that's my Earthbound Ocean deck. Remember to comment, subscribe, and all that. Until then, like I said, just keep on going. Until then, play hard. Paco2113 signing out. Peace.